my peeps, welcome back. So today I have a tutorial for you, but it's not a fake bake. It's an actual treat you can make for Valentine. It's heart shaped, it's cute, it's fun, it's easy, and it's not that expensive to make, but you can get a bunch of them out of one box. Okay, so we're gonna make Twinkie pops shaped like a heart. So how do you do that? I'm about to show you. So you get you some Twinkies, right? And you need to cut them in half, right? You need two. You're gonna cut it in half on the diagonal. So you're gonna cut one on diagonal going this way, right? Cut it in half, and then you're gonna go on the other side and you're gonna cut it going the other way. Okay? And the reason why you do that is because if you cut them, I have one here. If you cut them both the same way, you can't make the heart. You can, but you have to turn it like that, and we don't want the bottom part to be on the top. So you're gonna take one part from this side, one part from this side, and you see, it makes a heart. So that's why you want to cut them on opposite sides diagonally. You see that? Right? So I first made these pops in 2015, and I never really made them again. So I posted them on Instagram, and when I posted them on Instagram, I tagged Hostess Snacks, right? So they got in contact with me and asked me if they could post my picture on their account. And they also asked me if, I mean, this is back in 2015. We weren't uploading videos to YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, to Instagram at that time. So they asked me if I had a blog, but I didn't have a blog because, you know, I was just doing it for fun. So they asked me if I would be willing to do like a pictorial, which is like, you know, it's a picture and you do it in stages. Then you put it all together so anyone can make it. So I did that for them. And on February 13th of 2015, my Twinkie Pops were actually posted on their site. They were what was the, I can't even think of the word. You know, every time I get on here I mess up my words. And they were on their site. Featured is the word I'm looking for. They were featured on Instagram back in February 13th, 2015, so that anybody could make it for Valentine's Day. And that was so cool. I was like, that was like the first time I ever like really did anything on social media that got a little bit of attention. So anyway, since I haven't made them or done it since, and I'm sure everybody done forgot about them. That was 7 years ago. So I was thinking, why not make them again? So you're gonna need some. This is red candy melts. Red candy melts. You can make chocolate. You can make them in chocolate. You can make them whatever color you want. It don't have to be red. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some of your candy melt, and you're going to put it on the side right here. Because you got to connect the two hearts. You're going to take your popsicle stick and you're going to put it on there. And you're going to take your other piece and you're going to connect it. Like that. Right? But it might not hold too well. And I mean it will. So what you're going to do is you're going to get you some toothpicks. And you're going to help it stay in place by sticking your toothpick right straight across, just like that. Okay, try not to move it around too much, but you're gonna pick it up. You're gonna get you a piece of wax paper. I mean, it could be wax paper or parchment paper. Whatever you have. It doesn't have to be parchment. It could be wax. So I got this right here. And I'm going to take this. And I'm going to put it on top of here. So I can move this into the fridge. Pick it up carefully. Place it there. You want to put this in the fridge. And I'm going to tell you why you want to put it in the fridge. Because you want not only the chocolate to firm up. Try to smooth out the, you know, the chocolate. You don't just want the chocolate to firm up. You want the cake to firm up too. Because you want the cake to be firm. Because you're going to dip or cover. You're not really going to dip. I'll show you that part. You're going to cover this heart with the candy melts. So you need it to be a bit firm, okay? So you get you some more. Like I said, you can make these in chocolate. You can make this. I do have some chocolate over there. I don't know why I didn't make one in chocolate. We'll make another one and we'll make it in. What? I put such lip. Try to put enough so you make it like a little thick. So that it reaches over to the other side after you put your stick on. Stick your other piece on there. Make sure you smooth out the chocolate. Make it nice and smooth so you won't have get your toothpick and just stick it straight across. All you want to do is just help hold this in place. That's it. Right? Let's make a chocolate one. I'm going to move this over here. So I'm going to cut another Twinkie. Because I have two over here. And I kind of cut them both the same direction. And that don't work. If you cut them in both in the same direction, it's not going to work. You have to cut them diagonally in opposite directions. So I'm going to cut this one. Right. And I got another heart right there. And I think I can make another heart. Yep. So we're going to do these in chocolate. Okay. Let me clean up this little bit of mess I got going on over here. Because y'all know I can't work in no mess. But listen. If you don't want to buy Twinkies, because Twinkies are not cheap. I don't really care for Twinkies, but just for this video, you know, they don't taste like they used to back in the day. But at Dollar Tree, they have these. Let's try these, as a matter of fact. And they have them in vanilla, too. We gonna use this. We gonna try these, too. We just gonna make a whole bunch of hearts. Cake hearts. Alright. So, let me get my paper that I use. Sometimes these, the ones from Dollar Tree are shaped a little funny, but this one looks okay. Let's see this one. And they are definitely a bit small. Are they smaller than a Twinkie? Yeah, they're a little bit smaller than a Twinkie, but they're thicker than a Twinkie. That's weird. These two look good. All right. So we're going to cut those up like we did the other two. Let me get my piece of paper over here. Right? Let me move this out the way. We don't need to see this right now until I glue it together. Right? So we're going to cut this. Remember what I said? You're going to take it. You're going to cut one way. You're going to cut diagonally one way. And then you're going to come over here. And you're going to cut diagonally the other way. Okay? And that's going to make your heart. You're going to take one from that side. Join them together. There go your heart. You see it? Your little heart. And you're going to join the other side. And you got another little heart. So you don't have to buy Twinkies if you don't want to buy Twinkies. And I don't blame you. Twinkies are expensive. Let me see if my chocolate is okay. Yep. So I got some chocolate here. It's a little thick, but that's fine. I just needed to be able to join these two together. So we're going to bring this back over here and make room for those. And you know what? I'm going to save these over here. And we're going to put these on here. Yes, I do need a bigger space. But you know, you gotta do what you can with what you got. So, take your chocolate and you're gonna do the same thing like we did with the other ones. Make sure you put enough chocolate on there so you can join the two pieces together. See that? Just join them together, right? Make sure you get your toothpick. Where my toothpick at? Just because you want to hold these two pieces together, just stick it right through. Get you another one. Put your chocolate in the middle. And then I'm going to put these in the fridge and I'll come back once they firm up and we will do the next step. Make sure you get that chocolate on there. So before you let them firm up, let me wash my hands real quick. Get this stuff off of it. Okay, so before you you know what, before we stick these straws, if you want to add a fancy straw, you gotta do it now, okay? So even with the stick, it's good because you know these paper straws are pretty flimsy. So I suggest you put a popsicle stick first, then put your paper straw because they help hold it up. And just stick your straw in there. Ooh, like that. Straight up. If you want to cut these in half, you can. And then I suggest you put your toothpick right in there. Help hold it up. So we're going to do another one. I'm going to cut this. I don't know if I could cut it in half. If it's going to be long enough. Because some of these straws come extra long, but some of them... Let me see if I cut it in half. No, it won't be long enough if I cut it in half. So I'm just going to stick it in there. Like that. Then I'm going to get my toothpick. And this one is kind of... Oh, they're kind of already set up. I don't even think I need a toothpick, but just in case, we're going to stick a toothpick in it. Now, if it was, it's winter now, so it's kind of cool. So that's why the chocolate sets up pretty fast. But if it was summer, you definitely will need those toothpicks to help you hold this in place. Because, see, you got to stick it in there while the chocolate is still soft. Because if not, it's not going to work. See, I forgot one step already. So we're going to leave this one alone. So stick the chocolate. Stick your straw in right after you connect it while the chocolate is soft, because if it gets cold, you're not going to be able to stick the straw through. So anyways, learn from me and my mistakes. And that's why I like to do it like I didn't make one beforehand. I do it while I'm on screen with you guys so you can see my mistakes and you won't make the same ones, okay? So I'm going to let these chill, firm up, and I'll be right back, okay? All right, my peeps, we back. These are firm. The chocolate in the middle is hardened and it's ready to be covered in chocolate melts. Now, you don't have to use red on the, you could use chocolate coating. Remember back in the day, I don't know, some of y'all old enough, remove the toothpicks, old enough to remember when they made chocodiles, which was basically a Twinkie, but it was covered in chocolate. Listen, if you want to make one of these in chocolate, let's do that. Oh, I forgot my little spoon over here. So now, you got to be careful with these. You're not going to dip it in there. You're going to take your chocolate and you kind of put it over it on the top. And you got to move pretty quickly because the cake is cold. And it's, I don't know where you at. It's probably winter. It's cold. And so you just want to move fast, okay? Just cover it all up. The back. Be careful because you don't want it to come off the stick. Make sure you cover it really well. And then you're going to tap the excess off. Make sure you get it in the middle, on the sides, everywhere. Now you're just going to tap it lightly, but try to, like, you know, get it done pretty quickly at the same time, because you don't want it to, this is probably going to have, I see, this is why I wanted to put a stick on it. It gives it more stability. You're just going to keep on tapping it until you get as much of it off as you can. Then you could just take your thing and scrape the back off. Like, scrape all the excess off of the back. Tap it one more time. Get the excess off. Slide it on the edge if you want. And there's your chocolate covered Twinkie. Right? See, this one has more, with the paper straw, it has more stability. So you might want to go with that. So we're going to cover the ones we got from Dollar Tree up as well. We're going to make one chocolate one and one red chocolate melts. So these are just regular old chocolate melts. You can get the almond bark from, maybe I should have did this the other way so y'all can see what I'm doing. Bring this over here. All right. See, sometimes I use my brain. You don't want to make, like, prolong this process, because the chocolate in the middle starts getting soft too, because the you know, the chocolate is warm, it's hot, it's gonna want to melt. So just tap it until you get all that stuff off, all the extra. Get all the extra off. Just tap it, tap it, tap it. Come to the back. See if you get all that off. Help it along. Help it along. I want to tap it against this, but I got it all covered in chocolate. Just tap it. Not too hard. Lightly. See how light I'm tapping it? Lightly. I'm not trying to get crazy or anything. See? Covered. Put it down. And you cover the rest of them just the same way. Oh my God. I'm making such a mess here trying to show y'all what I'm doing. And I'm just making a big old mess. Hold on, let me wipe my hand, because I don't want to get it on the sticks. Right? Let me wipe this off, because this is not helping me in any kind of way. I can't, like, I got issues. Like, I can't really be working in no mess and stuff. Alright, so we're going to move that to the back. We're going to do the red one now. Make sure this is nice and melted and ready to go. Cool. So now we're going to get our red. You know what? I'm going to start at the back. So that way, by the time I turn it over, half of it is already coming down. Just make sure you cover everything. Get it nice and covered. Then we're going to put sprinkles on it. We're going to make it pretty. So that's the next step after we let this dry completely. Right? So just tap it, tap it. Boom! You see that? You see what happened there? I got Twinkie in my chocolate. That's why you can't take too long to do it. So let's do another one. Well, I guess I'll be eating that. I suggest you leave the toothpick in there until after. I mean, like when I did it the first time, I remember that I left the toothpick in there, and then once I put the chocolate melts on it, then I took the toothpick out. Because you'll have a possibility, that's what happened to me, that it will fall apart. Okay, so just leave the toothpick in there. It'll come out, because it's chocolate. As long as the chocolate is soft, even if the chocolate is hard, the toothpick will still come out, because you need that stability to keep the cakes together, because you don't want them to fall apart. because this chocolate melt is heavy. It is heavy on the, you know, the stick. And you just want it to, you know, you don't want the cakes to come apart while you're doing this part. Okay? So you just shake off as much as you can. And you can just slide it across there. And you see the toothpick is sticking out right there? Pull it out. Give it a tap. And those holes should cover up pretty easy. And just put it down on your parchment paper. And you're going to let that cool, right? And then, oh, I threw the toothpick in here. Okay, good job. So, we're going to let this cool for a minute. Then we're going to come back and we're going to decorate them, okay? So, hold tight. Okay, guys, so these are, they hard. They ready to be decorated. See that heart? So what you're going to do, right, you're going to get you one of these, like a sandwich bag, or I like these without the zipper, because, you know, you're not wasting a good bag. Get you a little cup or something to hold your little bag. Get you some of the chocolate melt and just put it in your bag. Try to get it to the edge with a little, you know, the end of the tip. You can make a tip out of the little bag. Tie your knot. You're going to make the tiniest hole. You know, I always telling y'all to make the tiniest hole you can make. Let me cut this. I hate having so much excess. You're going to take your tip and you're going to cut the tiniest hole. The smaller, you know, you're going to make a tiny hole so you could, let's put this one over here and let's work on this one. So you're going to take this and, you know, try and see how it, and you're just going to go over it. You see this? And then while it's still pretty warm, get you some sprinkles. Because like I said, it's winter over here, so I don't know how good these sprinkles are going to stick to the chocolate, because it sets up pretty fast. Even though I don't want it to set up fast. It's cold, even though I got my heat on. But you know, shoot, that cold do not care. It's like, listen here. And look, got your sprinkles. So I'm going to put that one to the side. I'm going to try to use some red on this one, just to give it a little contrast. I got so many sprinkles. Y'all don't even... I just gave away a whole ton of sprinkles because I don't really bake anymore and stuff. I kind of gave that up. I baked for a lot of years. And then at some point it stresses me out. And then I was like, you know what? I really don't need to be doing this anymore because it was getting stressful. And when something is not fun anymore, it just... you don't find joy in it anymore, you know? When you find that it's just like bringing stress in your life, that's when you just be like, maybe this is not for me. So you make that hole at the edge, at the end, I mean, and you're just gonna go do the same thing again. Make sure your drizzle is coming out, and you're gonna go. Try not to hit that stick. You could even go this way like that if you want. And if you want, you could just leave it like that. But you know me. We gotta throw some sprinkles up on there. Why not? It's Valentine's. Let's celebrate. Make it extra, you know. I got me some little heart sprinkles. I got these from Walmart. I saw them this year though, so they still have them this year. You can find them. I saw them when even though I don't bake and stuff, I still like looking at all the baking stuff. See that? Boom. And we're going to give that a little bit of time. And we're going to take this one, which might be a little bit cold. So the chocolate is gonna dry pretty fast on this, because this one is, I kind of just took it out the fridge. So when you first take it out the fridge, leave it out for a few minutes, especially if it's cold where you at. Just try to let it get to room temperature. Okay? Now, if you live in somewhere where it's really warm, and that's not a problem, then you don't have to worry about that. But it's cold here, so it's kind of like the chocolate it sets fast. Even though I got my heat on, like I said, winter does not care about that. Okay, and you get some. See how fast it's set up? You can see the little, the little drizzle already set. Boom, got another one. So I think this is all set. So what you can do, right, honey? Let me close these sprinkles up, because you know these sprinkles are like those foam beads. They will be all over the place in a minute. So I'll put my sprinkles to the side. You could get you one of these. Got this from Dollar Tree, the 20. They got 20 loop bags. But you can put your, I'll cut this bag down a little bit, because you don't need it to be that long. It looks weird if you have it too long. And you take your Twinkie Pop and you put it in there. And then you can tie it up. I got some string here. It's actual ribbon that I got. And I'm just going to tie it into a knot. You can use curling ribbon. You can use whatever you have. Okay? I'm trying to see if I can make like a little bow here. Let's see how that goes, people. All right. Kind of came out a little upside down, but look. See that? And you're ready to go with your little Twinkie heart pops. You know? See if I didn't bring any string to do another one, but y'all know what I'm doing here. So look. Aren't these cute? Twinkie Pops. Bring back some memories if you make some of these. Some chocodiles. I don't know, them chocodiles was out, what, in the 80s? And you wrap it up and make it all nice and pretty. And give it as a gift. So guys, that's my little quick tutorial, which is not really quick because, you know, you have to stop and let things cool and then move on to the next step. But I'm sure this is something you guys can do, and it will be so cute. They'll be like, they wouldn't even believe that that's a Twinkie at all. They'll think it's something else. Anyway, guys, until the next video, stay safe, stay healthy, keep crafting, whatever kind of craft it is, paper, clay, food crafting, cookie, whatever. I don't care. Just keep doing it, because you know what? It makes you feel good. You're happy when you accomplish something. And it's just, I don't know, it just makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy when I'm creating. So I'll talk to you next time. God bless. Bye.